Hello Capricorn, I am Ulrich, I am a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the psychological spiritual card reading for the sign of Capricorn for the month of January. The deck that we are using is totally different than other decks, but I had very good results with these cards, solutions for people. So if you have issues in your life, certain problems, I'm sure you can find the answer here in the reading. As always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Capricorn for the month of January. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are immediately connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Capricorn, here we go for your spiritual, philosophical card reading for the month of January. Also, I want to add, if you have questions, you can always post them in the comments below. And of course, as soon as I have time, I will answer them. So Capricorn, here we go for your card reading for January. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to the Shell or the Water group for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. As the first card here, we see, I just make the translations of the card first. Here, this card tells us that we need to dispel the fog or things that we don't see clear. The second card here is that this is about stopping certain things that make us confused here. And the last card here, probably here, the translation of this card means that we need to, if we feel certain aggressions, that we need to let them go here, or we need to blow some steam off. But we will go in the details now. The first card here is that we need to dispel of the fog that is around us. What does this card mean? Well, here maybe your life seems a little bit hazy now. Maybe we build all up a certain personality. This is how we are, but sometimes this personality, it can twist certain truths in our life. And here we need to see that we need to look deep inside our heart and also in our mind for getting correct information and see what way are we really feeling. Here, the best way to clear up a certain confusion is by starting looking into yourself here. Sometimes this is also that certain details in our life need to be changed. You need to listen to yourself, look around you. There will be certain details that will make clear for you. It's like there are certain signals around you here that we are seeing around us here for dispelling the fog around us here. Also here, if we want to reach certain things in our life or we want to do something, we need to do it with passion, like a certain love we have for the things here. If we do something with love and with passion, we are back on our way. It's like here we need to express our intentions with a clear, pure mind, heart here, and we cannot be vague. It's like we ask to a higher force here that we need to let our mind speak for us here. So here we are also urged to breathe calmly here and be relaxed here also. This is what we are seeing here. If you're relaxing and you're clearly knowing what is in your mind, what do you want, where you want to go, you will see that the fog around you, it disappears, and you will come in another stage that will give you more clarity in your life. The second card that we are seeing here, it's actually a little bit similar to the first card, and it's also about confusion that we are having here. But here we see here that maybe it causes you a lot of stress. We already saw here that we need to relax, and here we see that because we cannot relax, we literally go in the wrong direction. Also sometimes, and it's already connected to the last card, here we overreact sometimes. And if we are overreacting and we are acting too fast about certain decisions, we will make the wrong or the bad decisions. It's possible that our personality, we feel threatened and even we are defensive or angry. Here, this is what we are seeing here. Maybe here, this is also that you try to please others too much. You are not yourself here with this card here. And maybe you need to put a stop on it here. Here we see that maybe we are the cause of our own problems here. Here it's also sometimes that we are projecting. It's like we are bringing our fears out. A projection is like a screen. We put something on a screen and we sometimes bring our fears out with other people. And it's like we are defending ourselves. We are overcompensating here. And here now you're in a situation here that you are not working in your best self-interest. It's like you're not serving yourself. It's like our personality is locked and we cannot move on. It's like you want to be in control, but you're not on the right path here because we cannot clear up the things that are around you. Here again, we are asked to keep calm, to stay calm here. Maybe it's time here for a while that we keep some distance here, we relax, we breathe, we turn into our mind here. We need to stop for a while doing what we are doing and look inside ourselves. And we need to ask our mind to calm down here. This is what we do here. We need to take a step back and take an overview and go inside ourselves for looking in the future what we need to do here. It doesn't mean that because there is a temporary stop that things will not be accomplished here. If you are in a standstill now for a time, or you are a little bit frozen here because of certain threats, because you see here the card, it's like we are frozen here. And if you are a little bit frozen, don't think this is a loss of time. There is no loss of time, because you will see later the period that you build in for yourself, for this relaxation, for this fog that need to be cleared up, you will actually catch the time and you will move faster afterwards. So the delay is not actually a delay, but it's a stop for moving forward more faster later on. So it's actually something positive that happens to you, that you're in a standstill now. The last card here, it's a quite assertive card here. It tells us that we need to blow off some steam. We need to take it easy. It's possible because we cannot move that we feel a certain anger inside. Sometimes it's like that. We could be anxious. We could be nervous because certain situations in our life, and we could be in an attack or flee mood. So here, if people provoke us, we could attack or we could flee here. It's like we have an adrenaline rush here. Sometimes maybe we are ready to fight here, and sometimes our body is overwhelmed here with hormones here. Sometimes the issue here is, again, here is fear. We are scared here for certain things in our life, for making certain moves. And again, here we see that if we make decisions, we could make the wrong decisions. Also, with this card, it tells us we say things that we don't mean. We draw conclusions that are irrelevant. Sometimes in an executive manner here. Here we need to see that we need to reconnect with ourselves here. We need to make certain adaptations here and let some steam off. You need to find ways here with this card for letting the steam off. You can go to the gym, you can hit the sandbag, you can jump in the shower and scream on the top of your lungs if your neighbors would allow that. Here we need to let down the adrenaline flow here. We can scream in the wind here, but we need to make clear here to a higher power that what we are going through. You can grow like a bear here, even whatever makes you blow the steam off. What sometimes also helps, for possible, if you're not a very assertive or an aggressive type, but you still feel assertive, or you react in a different way than your usual way, what is also helping for a lot of people is that we write our frustrations down in a book, in a journal here. You don't need to share that with others. This is not the intention, but you can write everything down. And if you read it after, you will calm down here. Don't share these details with others, but it's a way to unleash here our anger here and let our adrenaline vanish here out here. We need to calm down here if we have temporary disruptions, delays here. Don't make any decisions now when you're upset. If you don't feel good, don't pick up the phone, don't send any messages, just relax yourself here, wait until you see things very clear here, because we are in a very clouded situation here for now. Once the time is right, you will feel when the time is right, and then your spirit, it will kick in. And then you will be able to move forward here. This is what we are seeing here. But we cannot out our aggression by other people, and especially not in a violent way. So be careful here, because sometimes this card can be quite assertive, even physical violent here. We need to be careful here with this combination. If you feel really aggressive here, just go for a run or whatever, go outside, take a walk in the forest here. Here we need to see that we get rid of our stress here. It's very important to do so here. If our mind is relaxed here, it will improve. But now at this time, maybe you're in a certain position that you really could hurt somebody here. So you need to find a safe way here to unwind yourself here until you are really diffused, and that you get the answers here. So here again, the summarize here, you need to see things clear. You need to stop pleasing others and take some time out, find yourself back. And if you feel assertive or even aggressive because you cannot move here, try to find a way out. Sometimes meditation helps with this combination. If you are not the meditative type, go for a walk, go for relaxing yourself if you're in a very difficult situation. So Capricorn, this is all for the Shell Group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you are interested in financial card readings or classic Lenormand card readings about your future, about money, whatever topic that keeps you busy in your mind, you can find anything on my channel. Anyway, Capricorn, thank you for your time. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to the Air Group for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. As the first card here for the Air Group, we see that we need to dispel all the fog. The second card is that we need to tell the truth, and maybe we need to apologize to some people around us, but we will go in the details and we will knit this into one package. The first card here is that we need to dispel all the fog. Maybe your life is a little bit hazy now. It's like, in general, people have personality. We develop the personality, but here, sometimes here, our personality, it twists the truth. Maybe sometimes we don't want to know the truth here, and here we need to go back in our pure heart, in our mind here, for receiving accurate information. This is the best way to clear up certain confusion in our life, and we need to go in ourselves for that here. It's important also with this card that we look for details around us. So if we need to want to get out of a certain situation here, we need to look in details. Maybe the clue is in the details here. You need to listen to yourself here. You need to observe things that are happening around you. And also, we cannot interpret the things around us with too much passion here, especially the behaviors of others. Maybe we bring out some behaviors of others, or others act in a certain way to us here. We need to try to clear our mind here, and here we need to relax ourselves here, and we might have more result here if we have a more soft, loving approach towards others here. What we also need to do is we need to focus on certain intentions that we have. We need to focus these in our head, and if we have a higher spirit or an authority or a God here, we need to express these intentions towards this higher being that is in our side of ourselves here. Let your mind speak to you, breathe calmly here, and of course you will get the best result of it. If you do so, if you focus here, you will see that the fog around you, it will disappear here, and also if there's some pollution around you, you don't feel clean, or there's a dirty environment around you, you will see that this disappears around you. The second card that we have here is the card that we need to tell the truth here, probably because we are in a difficult foggy situation. We are not feeling very secure here. Maybe we are withholding certain truths from the rest, from the world, from people around us, and sometimes it makes it complicated and tiring because we need to keep things for ourselves here. Also, it could mean that as a human being, we don't feel authentic, we don't feel unique here. It could mean that our personality actually takes it over from our higher mind. But here this card tells us we need to be honest to ourselves here. You need to ask yourself here questions. For instance, if I wasn't afraid, I would, and then you fill in here what you need to complete the sentence ourselves. Maybe something makes you afraid, and if you weren't afraid, you would take a step. Do this several times a day here, and you will see that the truth will show up from itself. Mostly our mind, our deeper mind, it's always happy to reveal the truth. We just need to be willing to accept it and willing to hear it also here, because the truth is actually hidden with this card behind certain fears that you are having. Of course, you are the only one who knows what this truth is. You are the only one to reveal this truth here, and you need to be willing here with this card to accept it. You need to be ready to hear the truth. It's probably hidden behind certain fears. Maybe these fears come out of childhood. Something makes you scared, maybe out of your childhood. Maybe some fearful things are happening around you here. But once you recognize that the truth is in your mind, you will discover it and you will see that you move on. But in the meantime, sometimes our personality, who we are, it lets us run around in circles, and we don't know actually what we are doing. It's like we are in a kind of standstill here. So here we need to have a certain desire for finding this truth out. And you will see, if you find it out, you will get more energy and inspiration. The last card here, maybe in the past we have done some things, and here this card tells us we need to say I'm sorry here. Here our personality, sometimes we are proud, sometimes we don't want. Sometimes here there are different reasons here why we refuse to say that we are sorry. There is a long list of excuses and explanations to justify maybe this fearful, maybe evil behavior, maybe bad behavior here. But our personality, sometimes it ignores the effect it has on others, because we defend ourselves, we justify ourselves here. Anyway, it points here that our mind and our personality, our higher mind and our personality don't go hand in hand. Here, this is what we are seeing here, but because of certain results in your life, it becomes obvious. It's obvious for you, and it's also obvious for others. We need to know here with this card that we are all students of life. We are here to learn, and of course, we make mistakes. Making mistakes is what makes us human, and it's an essential part of the life process. So it means that we are still alive, our mind is alive, and that we are aware. Here, this card tells us here that in the present now, maybe it's time to forgive another person, and also he or she need to forgive you yourself. It's like here you need to work out a consensus, a balance. If you had certain issues with certain problems, we need to admit our faults here as soon as we can here. If you do so, you will see that maybe if you don't here, it will cause you more pain and suffering. And maybe also for the other person, it causes certain pains for him. Here we need to see that it's time that we follow our mind. We need to recognize these mistakes that we are making here. Anyway, maybe sometimes these points that we have spoken harshly to somebody, maybe you were very harsh in your explanations to them, and these people, maybe they start to doubt themselves here. Maybe they don't know anymore where they are, because maybe you were very assertive or even aggressive towards them. Maybe you have dampened their joy in a certain way here. Anyway, sometimes it also means maybe you cause some jealousy, or they are jealous. Anyway, it can also point to disrespect to a certain person here, and we need to find the balance back here. Here we see that we need to rely on our higher self or our higher mind, and we cannot always harm others. Also, we need to see that we don't cause pain to others. So follow your higher mind here, and if you hurt others, and if they hurt you, you can have a conversation about that. Here we need to see a balance is very important here, but don't let your personality or your ego stop you from accomplishing this important healing that you're undergoing here. Here we see if we don't apologize or excuse to others here, it will deplete us a little bit, and we will make more and more excuses to ourselves and to others. So we need to find the balance here. And if you say, I'm sorry, probably the other person here, he will find the balance also. So Capricorn, this is all for the air group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this psychological spiritual card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you're interested in specific financial business card reading or the classic Lenormand card readings, you can find them all on my channel. Anyway, Capricorn, I want to thank you for your time. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and bye-bye for now. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your spiritual philosophical card reading, also psychological here for the month of January. I first translate the cards. The card is here that we need to turn to others, not turn away, but turn towards them here. Here it tells us that the second card tells us that we need to offer ourselves the best of life. And the last card here, it tells us that we need to take a step back because it might be are entering, or we entered already, a labyrinth and we don't know exactly where to go. The first card that we are seeing here is the card that we need to turn towards other. What does this card mean? Well, here it says here, maybe we keep ourselves a little bit alone. Maybe we don't interact with too many people around us. We have a period maybe of seclusion behind us. And here this card tells us here that it's time to open up ourselves here again. We need to reach out. We need to get back in touch with others. It's possible that your personality is not easy, and it's like maybe you build up like a shield of defense here. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe you're thinking there are some enemy forces lurking for getting you here, and we withdraw in ourselves. This is what this card tells us here. We could find ourselves to be very defensive here. But here this card tells us that maybe you need to look around you, and there are probably some people who are very good-hearted around you. They are willing here to help you, even love you here. This is what we are seeing with this card. Mostly if this card appears, it means that we are in need of some help, we are in need in love, we are in need of some love from people around us. Maybe it's time to get out of this isolation here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes a good way to find out if we really are in a kind of seclusion is we can observe our own body language here. If you are holding yourself back, you keep your arms firmly tight against your body. This is what we are seeing. This could be a way. Sometimes also it means that we look away from our body, we look away from people around us here. So we need to actually observe our own behavior a little bit. And if we notice that we are detaching ourselves from other, this card tells us here that we need to reconnect here and become part of people who have good intentions towards us. Maybe here this card asks you if you really are preventing others to enter your life. And here this card tells you that your higher mind, it wants you to slowly reconnect with other people, reach out towards others here, reach out their hand and they will reach their hand back here. So here, this points to people who really need some love, they need some healing from other people here. Also, you yourself, you need to convince yourself that you can make a difference here. And if you reconnect also, you will be able to heal yourself and also others. The second card here is a card of enjoyment, that we need to enjoy ourselves. We need to offer ourselves the best here. If you are a very strict person and if you have a very strict lifestyle, sometimes Capricorn can be very strict in life. In the life, he can be very basics, not allowing any luxurious luxurieties in life. Like for instance, we offer ourselves a pie, we offer ourselves some chocolates or whatever here, whatever makes you happy. But this card tells us here that we also sometimes we need to enjoy the good things in life. If we don't, we miss out certain things in our life here. This card tells us actually that we deserve the best, and maybe it's time to take some of the best. Actually, we should appreciate beautiful things, sophisticated things around us here. We should be ready to receiving these things. Here we see that we are in a period here that we need to get the best in our life, and you should grant this to yourself. This could also be on other fronts. If you want for the future to give yourself certain educations, read and inform yourself here, because this card sometimes is also about education, that we need to educate ourselves here, take the best of education, get more knowledge here. Not only it's about food and drinks, but also the best of life here. Sometimes if we study, we get more opportunities after. Here, this is what we are seeing. The more knowledge we have, sometimes it influences our source of income. Anyway, here we see also that we need to see that we make the best of friends. Listen to people who have an inspiration on you, that inspire you, that also evolved in a certain way. If you look around you and you know people who fascinate you and who you aspire to, if you do so, you will see that you yourself, you will feel more in a better place in the world. And even you will bring some laughter into the world yourself. Here, we need to find the best of our nature here in ourselves here. We are here on earth, we are in material things, we need to make the best of it. So admire the things around you, the flowers, the trees, the nice candy that is around you, the pies, and also the landscapes, sometimes also the study, eat the best foods here that people are preparing from you. Maybe some people offer you some foods. If they do, just accept these things here with this combination. You should here relax, sleep on both ears here. If you have some beautiful clothes here that are hanging that you refuse to wear, just wear your beautiful clothes. Go out here. If you can afford it, buy some things for yourself, buy some beautiful underwear, whatever it is that makes you happy. Here, it is like we need to also respect our body here. We need to dress it up in a nice way here. And you need to actually find your glow back here, the glow of life, the luminosity of our mind here. Also, we can actually watch some entertainments. If you're in entertainment, movies, watch some movies, listen to some music here, things that inspire you. If you're interested in art, just check some art forms. It will make you relax more, and it bring you in more contact with your soul. Here it's like we need to nourish our deeper self here with creative works, with creativity, with nice foods here. So go to the theater, museum, botanical gardens, whatever makes you happy here. Here, this card tells us that we need to take the best of life here, take all the benefits from it. If others don't offer you, just do yourself and treat yourself on the best if your financial conditions allow that. The last card that we are having here, it's also possible that we don't want to reach out, as we saw here. We refuse to take the beauty in life, and we need to take a step back here. We need to take a step back and see where we are. Here, maybe our line of thought is not good here. We need to reflect over our situation. If you are going in a certain direction, we need to ask yourself, why am I giving up? Why am I running around in circles? Am I ignoring certain truths inside myself? Am I honest with myself here? If you look around you, maybe you see here that that you have taken the wrong path. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes in life we can enter like the labyrinth here. Maybe we are entered a labyrinth. We are running around in circles here, and we don't really know where we are going. So sometimes if we accept others, helps from others, all good things come to us, but you cannot keep around in running in circles here. This card tells you you need to get out of the labyrinth here where you're in now. You need to be sincere to yourself here. You need to see that maybe you're lost in your path here. Anyway, also it tells us also it's very important also that we don't follow herd mentality. We need to be our own selves here. You cannot follow the herd. It's not because 50 people jump in the water, you're number 51. Go your own life, your own way, study, learn, enjoy life here. See that you get back here on the right track here. We need to find our faith back. Here sometimes is that we are lost our faith in life and we went in the wrong direction. But this card tells us you're not too late, but you need to take a step back. You need to turn things around here and seek the support of a soul family. This is not necessarily your own family. Sometimes it's exactly not. But we need to find people who are like-minded like us, people who know that we are lost. Sometimes for some people this will mean a prayer, for some people this will mean meditation, but here the important thing here is that we align with our higher self here. We need to be steadfast, we need to be diligent in choices here, and you need to accept accountability for your life here. So follow your own mind here, and if you have a feeling, a gut feeling where you need to go, but you already had a lot of clues here in the reading here, we will find our interior, our higher self back here. So remember who you really are. You need to find really yourself back here. You need to find the joys of life back. You need to reach others back before we drift away in areas where we don't actually belong or don't want to be. So Capricorn, this is all for the stone group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this spiritual philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you're interested in other topics like money, business, you can find these also on my channel. And of course, we do the classic Lenormand card readings each month for the sign of Capricorn. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, Capricorn. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you and bye-bye for now. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your spiritual philosophical card reading and also psychological card reading. As the first card here, it says us that we need to take small steps we are needed here to probably say no, and we need to celebrate ourselves. What does this whole thing mean? Well, the first card that we see here, probably it's maybe some changes in your life here are necessary, but it's maybe that you are facing a big challenge. Maybe you feel different here, as we see, than the crowd or than the people or than the herd here. Sometimes here also we feel a little bit discouraged to make a new start. Maybe we are a little bit fearful for making a new start. Sometimes it's our personality or our ego that keeps us for having a new start here. Anyway, here we see that we need to start living according our own mind, our own ways here. You need to come up with a plan here. This is what we are seeing here. Here, if we come with this plan, we need to make a plan first and then divide this in small steps. Capricorn is normally very good in making plans because it's the planner of the belt, of the astrological belt. So this would not be a problem. But if you make a plan, you need to make a plan that is realistic and that is in small steps here. And then we move one step at a time here. So if you have certain dreams, you can make those dreams come true, but you need to put them in certain goals that are achievable. You need to go step by step here with this combination. Also, probably with this card here, maybe you are more a passive type, and this tells us that we need to become more physically active here. We need to engage more here. For instance, if you want to change a job, maybe that is your plan here with this card, write down what you like, let somebody help you for achieving certain or for a setup of goals here. Also update your resume here, make sure that you do that today, and make a plan, add something tomorrow, see if the words in your resume and in your letter, you like what you write down, and you need to break the ideas in little pieces here, and then step by step we move towards that goal. If you have a certain job, you need to do the same. If you are able to achieve a job, you need to see also the goals that you want to achieve in your goal, in your job, step by step. So here we are urged here to move slowly, but accomplish the goals what we want to do. Do this in all modesty and gradually here, and don't focus on big transformations. Distance yourself from the crowd here, move slowly here, and make those adjustments step by step. The second card that we here, if you do this here, I want to add here, working step by step, it really works because I've seen that with people around me. If they work step by step, they really can achieve their goals and they move really forward in life. The next card here is the card that we probably need to say no for certain things in our life. Maybe certain circumstances, as we saw earlier here, are not in your best interest. Maybe you need to let go of some things. Maybe sometimes also we have some lack of self-love here. Maybe we are not happy with who we are, with the personality that we developed here. Sometimes this points that we might feel a little bit toxic inside. We don't have positive thoughts here. This is what we are seeing here. And unconsciously, it's like we don't want to move forward. Maybe we don't have the right influence. This is what we are seeing here. We need a change of behavior here. This is what we are seeing here. It's like you're acting against your own self for moving here. It's like here, with this card, we need to do a different dance of life here. We need to adjust here. We need to implement new choices, meet new people, make different choices in life here. Here, we need to remember also that we all have the gift of free will, and it allows us to make choices in life. But of course, these choices come with responsibilities. So here we see this card is about choices, and it reminds you that you have a free will. And it also reminds you, if you make these choices, it will have consequences. And if you are in a more negative situation, if you make these choices, you will move forward, as we saw here with the first card. Anyway, here we are told to examine our circumstances that we are currently facing, and we need to be aware that we need to make choices. And also we need to remember how we actually arrived in our current situation. So say no, move away from the situation that you are now, if it's toxic, and find yourself back. Try to implement more love for what you're doing, like what you're doing here, and reject the things that you don't like. This is what we are saying, and this is what it means to say no. Try to get yourself out of this negative situation here and move forward. The last card is actually that we are seeing is a very positive card that we are having here. It tells us that we actually need to celebrate ourselves. Here we see that we have the abilities to float in a certain grace here. Here we see that you have the ability to light the fire in that you feel in your belly. Mostly here it points that people, probably our friends, they like the company that you are, even though you are in a more difficult situation, but still you are, for them, you still have some radiation around us. They like to be in your company, and probably you still inspire them even though you yourself are in a difficult situation. So this points to a person who has great abilities. That's probably why you are very liked by your friends, the people around you, because even though you are in a difficult situation, you still give inspiration to others here. And it means here that we cannot be afraid to take the step ourselves, to enjoy life ourselves. We can, of course, be good advisors to others, but we also need to be willing to take the step ourselves. And if you do, you will see the results here with this card. That's why you also need to enjoy life here. This is what we are seeing here. This tells us also that we can pose ourselves as a strong person, and we will see, if we take the steps, that we have better accomplishments here. We need to, it's like we need to teach our personality to support our higher mind. And we need to learn ourselves to do new things. It's actually very close connected here to the card, but we need to go into a new path. And we need to see things in a different way here. We need to actually open our mind here and develop another part of our personality so that we come more in a relaxing sphere here. This is what we are seeing here. And if you do so, if you take the steps that we just went over here, you will see that you come on the right track. And you're very close to it. You just need to make these slight adjustments here that are required from you, and you will come back on track here. This is what we are seeing here. But it's important, as I said, that we move in slow, small baby steps here. We say no to negativity and try to enjoy yourself here with friends here around you here, and try to see your life in a different angle and celebrate your mind. So here, this is all for Capricorn, for the fire group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short philosophical, spiritual, psychological card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you're interested in specific money, business card readings, we do those also. And of course, you can find the classic Lenormand card readings on my channel. Anyway, Capricorn, I want to thank you for your time. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. But most of all, thank you for your time. Thank you and bye-bye for now.